Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Jay is on special assignment. Well, today, Colstrip, Montana's coal energy hub, began charting a new path forward. With plans in the works to shut down the two oldest Colstrip power plants by 2022, today's meeting was just the first step in the long process. Q2's Jay Cohn traveled to Colstrip this morning to find out firsthand what the community, along with state and local leaders, have in mind.
Montana Governor Steve Bullock and Attorney General Tim Fox welcomed a room full of Colstrip citizens Monday to the initial meeting of the Colstrip Advisory Board. This is the group that will decide how best to spend $10 million in community impact funds to help deal with the pending closure of Colstrip Units 1 and 2. Attorney General Tim Fox, who grew up in nearby Hardin, knows the stakes are extremely high.
My office at the Department of Justice is committed to supporting this community as it plans for the future, and I want Colstrip to know that I have your back. And while this community has experienced many challenges over the past few years, there, I believe, is reason to be optimistic.
The governor said while he's anxious to see the specific ideas to come out of the advisory board, he's confident the same work ethic that helped build Colstrip in the beginning will serve the community well into the future.
That work ethic and that ability to also say, how can we work together moving forward, gives me a great confidence that we're going to both preserve and enhance both jobs and livelihoods in this town. And we'll do it with a Made in Montana solution.
In addition to the steam clouds hanging over the Colstrip generating complex today, there's also an air of uncertainty here as to what that future might hold. But both Governor Bullock and Attorney General Fox told us they're convinced Colstrip and Montana are up to the task.
At the end of the day, I mean, this was a company town. It was built by the companies, but now the community has to own it and say that we're actually bigger and stronger than just the companies in this town, and this is what we want to be doing.
I don't believe the plan is no more coal, no more coal-fired generation. I think that there are many options on the table, and we need to make sure that we look at all of them.
This advisory board includes not only the governor and attorney general's office, but also representatives from local unions, Puget Sound Energy, and the local Economic Development Corporation, all important stakeholders as to what shape Colstrip's future will take. Time will tell just how quickly that new future will arrive. Jay Cohn, MTN News, Colstrip.
Thanks so much, Jay. Now, controversy is nothing new to Colstrip and its power plants. Coming up in tonight's Q2 Rewind, we'll show you what we found in the Q2 archives. In other news tonight, the man accused of trafficking 6 victims, including 3 children, for sex in Montana, claims his business was perfectly legal. Terrence Edwards faces 10 charges related to prostitution. Q2's Asia Gore was at trial today and joins us now with details. Asia.
Jeanelle, prosecutors described Terrence Edwards as a violent pimp, but defense attorneys say he operated a perfectly legal escort service. Edwards was arrested in 2016 after a woman reported she was forced into prostitution after going on a date with Edwards. Federal investigators later learned Edwards was trafficking at least 3 women, taking all the money they made from commercial sex. Edwards met a 15-year-old North Dakota girl online and drove hundreds of miles to pick up the girl and her 2 teenage friends. Prosecutors say Edwards brought the girls back to Billings to work as prostitutes, but defense attorneys told jurors Edwards wanted the girls to model purses he'd made in prison the last time he was incarcerated on prostitution charges. Edwards' co-defendant Francine Granados is also in the courtroom today on trial for tampering with victims. Prosecutors say Granados contacted the victims on behalf of Edwards to keep them from testifying. Trial is expected to last 8 days. Jeanelle?
Thanks, Asia. The woman shot and killed in Custer County last week is now identified. The sheriff identified the victim as 21-year-old Shania Raymond, who died from multiple gunshot wounds. 21-year-old Travis Doss is in custody facing a charge of deliberate homicide. Authorities believe Doss shot Raymond early Thursday at a home on Moon Creek Road, that's just southwest of Miles City. Doss then reportedly turned the gun on himself. He was treated at the hospital for a gunshot wound to the head and then released to the custody of the sheriff. Now it's unclear when Doss will make his initial court appearance. The state corrections director faces tough questions about last week's surprise decision to fire the Montana State Prison warden, but he shed little light on the reasons behind the dismissal of former warden Michael Fletcher. Today, Correction Director Reg Michael appeared before the Legislative Law and Justice Interim Committee. He told the panel it would be inappropriate to go into details for dismissing Fletcher, who had been on the job since last spring. Michael said some unspecified concerns made him decide Fletcher wasn't right for the job. The state announced the dismissal of the warden last Tuesday before the end of his year-long probationary period. Michael also said any dismissal of an employee could lead to legal action, so it wouldn't be wise to breach confidentiality rules on personnel decisions.
Have some very, very sound professionals who serve in leadership positions at the Montana State Prison. And I will say that former Warden Fletcher did some wonderful things, but there were some concerns that I could not ignore and I had to pay attention to. And I had some conversations with the governor and the governor's office about those concerns, and it was simply not an appropriate relationship to continue moving forward.
And Michael said the state will post the warden vacancy very soon. Lockwood voters said yes to considering a possible new high school in their community, but where to put it and how much to spend are up in the air. Officials have narrowed it down to 2 off-site options or a possibility to expand the current campus. Q2's Steele Stevens took a closer look at the plans today and joins us now with details. Steele.
That's right, Jeanelle. Currently, Lockwood accommodates K through 8th grade students, but with this expansion, it would educate students until they graduate. One of the off-site options tallies up to $433,000. The other, $2 million. Each one will rack up nearly $2.6 million in development costs. That's about $1 million more than the on-campus expansion plan. That runs about $1.4 million, with 26 acres already available to build out. District Superintendent Tobin Navagio says an on-campus option would mean easier access to the high school facilities, but concerns still exist, including safety.
If we build it on campus, those facilities will be able to be used by all students, K-8, K-12, excuse me, without, gotta get used to that, without, having to worry about busing kids over and those type of things. As far as the cons for on-site, the biggest concern that we've heard is the, pedestrian traffic versus vehicular traffic, and that's something we deal with up here in Lockwood quite a bit historically.
Regardless of location, the new Lockwood High School would start its first year with only freshman and sophomore classes, about 500 students. Then add junior and senior classes the following years. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks so much, Steele. Grammy Award winner Chris Stapleton announced today he will perform 2 shows in Montana this summer. Stapleton will take the stage at the Rimrock Auto Arena in Billings August 2nd. The Kentucky-born country star will also perform at the University of Montana in Missoula August 3rd. The Missoula leg of the All-American Roadshow Tour will take place at the Adams Center. Tickets for both Montana shows go on sale February 9th. Now, last night, Stapleton won Grammys for Best Country Album, Best Country Song, and Best Country Solo Performance. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, amid the current disputes over Colstrip 1 and 2, the origin of Units 3 and 4 had its own issues. Tonight, we'll look back. And in sports, Scott shows us which Billings motorcycle rider won a bronze medal in last night's Winter X Games.
And coming up in weather, we had a pretty warm day today. Temperatures got all the way up to 47 degrees. Enjoy this. We have an Arctic outbreak coming our way towards the end of the week. We'll tell you how cold and how much snow coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Green.